In this video, I'm going to be giving you a Town Hall 16 upgrade guide, as well as giving you the best advice so that you can get power really quickly at Town Hall 16. I'm also going to be sharing this progress base in the description so you guys can use it in your own accounts. And also just a note, not all of the upgrades or troops are out for Town Hall 16 yet, so as new troops and upgrades get unlocked, I will be going ahead and updating this guide. Now let's talk about the day one priorities of Town Hall 16. Those that are upgrading on the release of Town Hall 16, you're going to want to drop the blacksmith immediately so you can get access to all of the cool new features that come with it. However, I do caution you, do not use any of your magic items on the blacksmith. Magic items get terrible value, and unless you're a content creator and need the blacksmith right now, I wouldn't use my books or hammers on it. However, if you just reached Town Hall 16 and you already have the blacksmith, you're simply going to upgrade the blacksmith where the dark elixir storage is instead. Now for all players, the day one priorities are the pet house, laboratory, and the barracks. These are the only offensive buildings that are currently available at Town Hall 16, so if you can use your magic items to get these done on day one, you're going to be in a really good spot. This will also help you to start upgrading the Spirit Fox, which appears to be the strongest pet thus far. Alright, now let's talk about the optimal magic item usage before we keep going, since you guys will want to use those magic items early on. The pet house, laboratory, and barracks should all be done with a magic item, ideally on the first day. Fun fact as well, the laboratory is the longest Town Hall 16 upgrade so far at 16 days. And this is a big change because the laboratory used to be a rather mild building in terms of upgrade time. And believe it or not, the dark elixir storage is also a priority for magic items because it has a crazy upgrade time of 15 days. After this, the next best value you'll have on magic items is with the X-bows and air defenses, which are both 15 days each. As you can see though, they're way down on the progress base, so don't worry if you don't have magic items for them just yet, you'll have plenty of time to get them later on. Okay, now let's move on to the heroes. Each hero got an additional 5 levels only, so it's not something that's too stressful. I ordered the Queen and the Warden first in the progress base since they're the most important, followed by the Royal Champion and then the King. I would recommend having the Warden and the Queen down at all times. In addition to this, try having one pet upgrading as well. This should be manageable in terms of the amount of dark elixir you'll have to farm to be able to maintain these upgrades. Once the Warden is done, you can move on to the Royal Champion, but if you can't manage 2 heroes and a pet at the same time, try to at least keep 1 dark elixir hero and pet down at once. Alright, next we have the dark elixir storage on the base. And guys, I'm telling you, don't do this upgrade manually, just wait until you have a magic item and then go ahead and use it since it is a 15-day upgrade. Now you might notice that the rest of the storages are all the way in the back, and since they're usually a really important upgrade, this is kind of confusing, right? Well, believe it or not, there's not a single upgrade in Town Hall 16 that requires the storage levels that are available at Town Hall 16. I actually don't know why this is the case at all, but there's no point in spending the extra time upgrading those storages if they're not going to do much for you outside of getting you 2 million extra on runes. Alright, getting into the defenses on the base, you can see that first up we have 4 archer towers. This is because we want to be able to merge and get our first merged archer towers because they are really strong. They also attack both air and ground, which is why we have them so high on the priority list. Luckily, we only have to get 2 of these upgrades, so it's not that bad. Next, we have X-bows in the base, and these are rather self-explanatory. They are considerably long though, so do consider using magic items or even saving them for when you do get magic items later on. For all my rushers out there, that means don't do these manually. That means catch up on all of the other upgrades that you have while you wait for magic items on these upgrades. The Ricochet Cannon is next, and it is an absolute priority due to the damage that it does. And for those of you that are wondering, I do consider the Multi-Archer and the Ricochet Cannon core defenses, simply because they're really strong. Also, the only reason the Ricochet Cannon is behind the Expos and the Multi-Archer is because it only attacks the ground. Now to follow the Ricochet Cannon, we have the Air Defenses and Wizard Towers. I put the air defenses first because I feel like there's going to be a little bit of an air meta when we get to Town Hall 16, but we'll see how it goes. Also a reminder that the air defenses are 15 days each, so this is a good upgrade to save some of your magic items for. And finally for defenses, we have the bomb towers and the disgraceful mortars. To be 100% honest with you, I really don't care if you upgrade those mortars or not. I still feel like they don't do much on defense, but I guess we'll see. Now in the traps department, we get giant bombs, air bombs, and normal bombs. Giant bombs should go first since they do heavy damage and can be deadly in attacks. Air bombs next because we did get a new balloon level, so you want to make sure these are up to date. And then last we have normal bombs because, to be honest, there's not really much to upgrade after that. Now really quickly, let's go ahead and talk about the pet house. Obviously there's only one new pet, so you want to make sure that you're upgrading the Spirit Fox. Well, for those of you that are not maxed Town Hall 15 going into this, what does this mean for the rest of the pets? I'm not 100% sure yet because it is still super early, but I would highly recommend that you still upgrade Diggy and the Unicorn if you don't have those maxed, because I really don't see those falling out of the meta easily. Okay, now let's move on to the laboratory upgrades and talk about the upgrades that you need to make there. For my rushers, I almost always recommend E-Drags because they're really easy and there is an immediate power spike there. Aside from that though, if we take a step back, we can see that there's a lot of air-focused upgrades that are available. The Dragon, for example, is getting a new level, the Dragon Rider is getting a new level, and the balloons are getting a new level. So it does look like a bit of an air meta to me, but of course I'm not a pro and we'll just have to wait and see. This is especially evident with the fact that we're getting a brand new Zap level as well. Aside from those upgrades though, I would recommend upgrading any specific army you use and are comfortable with. It is important to mention, however, that most of the lab upgrades at Town Hall 16 are 16 days long. So if you want to wait for magic items to get better value out of those magic items, then that might be the best move for you, especially if you're rushing. Now for those of you that are upgrading on opening week for Town Hall 16, let's take a look at some of these shop offers. There are 3 shop offers that I see that are definitely worth it. The first one being the Book of Heroes for merely $1, which is insane value. Then the next offer that gives a Book of Building and some potions for $5 is also pretty decent value, especially considering the work that we could do with it at Town Hall 16. And the $10 offer that gives you 4 books is an absolute steal, especially with that Book of Everything. 3 good offers is really awesome, and it's something that spenders will be really happy with on opening day. I've also bought these and done tons of work on the account, so if you want to see what I've done on my first day, let me know in the comments down below. That being said, Town Hall 16 wasn't the only part of the update. We also got the blacksmith and the hero equipment. But if you want to not only maximize your base, but also the equipment that you get, you need to know how to get the brand new resource, the ores. Luckily, this video right here can show you how to maximize the ores that you're getting from day 1.